This is Innovation Fixation, a series featuring local inventors showcasing the future of technology in our community.
Welcome to Innovation Fixation. I'm Joe Tuger, attorney and guest host, and with me today is Luther Palmer of LuBotics. Welcome, Luther. Tell us about LuBotics.
Well, LuBotics is a relatively new technology startup coming from the University of South Florida. I'm a professor there, and I started the business at the end of last year, and we make small-legged robots for military surveillance, for planetary exploration, and for like time-critical search and rescue tasks along maybe first responders.
Now, what we're used to seeing are small robots with either wheels or treads, but your robots have a different design. Can you tell us about that?
Well, it's kind of inspired by small animals such as cockroaches and lizards and even the common squirrel. I'm fascinated riding down the street looking at these squirrels because of how capable they are. And what makes them capable is their legs, the legs that can fold to get into tight spaces and extend to climb on top of things. So we hope to bring some of that functionality into small robotic systems to make them more capable as well.
Now, do you have any partners in your project?
Yeah, so on the university side, I have a graduate student, John Ripito, who works with me. He's getting his PhD in computer science and engineering. And then as a part of the business, I recruited one of my former students, Brad Savon.
And what do you see as the business or the project's expansion plans in the future?
Mm-hmm. So it's going to take us about a year to actually create a product that we can sell. And there's kind of two markets that we see. The first is military. The military wants their soldiers to have eyes in places that the soldiers can't get to. That's too dangerous. So having a small robot that they can carry on their back for 20 miles and then throw it into a second-story building. But our robot has to be much more ruggedized to accomplish those tasks. So about a year to do that. The other market is the consumer market, giving people the ability to have a really cool robot to walk around the house, maybe to look in the attic if there's any type of issues there. And then also there's a commercial side as well, where we're looking at how can these robots maybe help farmers. How can these robots help in the construction process? So there's several different avenues we think we can go. I mean, of course, in the future, 20 years from now, there'll be robots everywhere. And LuBotics is really here to say there are some jobs and tasks these robots can do now.
Well, as a local project, how much involvement do you have from the local community in putting your project together and seeing it expand?
Well, because I'm a USF professor, the school provides resources for early stage startups. And those resources come from some small business loans at a very low interest rate. There's some pairing with industry professionals. There's also opportunities for us to connect with other entrepreneurs that have also started businesses before us, which has been helpful. The county has a significant entrepreneur kind of drive to help businesses grow here. So I participated in a small competition where the county actually awarded us some $2,000 of funds to help get the business going.
And my guess is your efforts to secure more grant money or more research money are ongoing.
Ongoing, right. So the good thing about a project like this is that the federal government has many programs for the research and development side of the project. So the government's not just a buyer of the product, but they also support the development of the technology. So government agencies like NASA, right? So we would like to send this robot into space or into Mars, onto the moons of Jupiter. And NASA has funds set aside to help companies that are small get started. So we can compete for NASA money. The National Science Foundation also has funds to help small businesses, the Department of Defense, and even the Department of Agriculture. So we talked about trying to get these robots on the farms, how can they help? Well, the Department of Agriculture encourages us to engage with farmers to see how can we help small farms be more productive, and then they can provide funds to help us meet those goals.
Well, the ultimate question with any technology is it user-friendly? So how, can you show us or tell us a little bit about how the robot, and more importantly, what's the robot's name?
Right.
How the robot interacts with its user.
So the robot's name is Archie. One of the things us engineers do is come up with these weird acronyms. Archie actually stands for All-Terrain Remote Control Hexapod, and the IE is just 2 letters to make Archie work. It uses a standard remote control. Right now, the remote control looks like that of a PlayStation 3 or a video game console. But we can put any number of remote controls on the robot depending upon the needs. We did talk to some U.S. Army Rangers, and they were very interested in something that's very small and very rugged that they can throw in their pocket. So in the future, we'll be looking to adapt the controllability of our robots to fit specific needs.
And now Luther's going to show us how Archie moves.
So it's going to walk in an alternating tripod. We're familiar with camera tripods, and animals use their 6 legs in much a similar way, where 3 legs work together. So we can see this leg, and this leg working together to form a tripod on the ground. And when one tripod goes down, the other tripod lifts up. And this is the fastest of all of the kind of 6-legged walking gaits. This is a gait that cockroaches use, stick insects use, and almost every 6-legged animal uses the alternating tripod at really top speeds.
If 5 years in the future, where do you see it?
We see us with a significant foothold in the military space. I mean, the military, the Department of Defense spends about $300 million every couple years trying to equip their soldiers with small robots. So we hope to get a foothold into that space and then be at the point where we can branch out to areas like farmland and construction. Our initial target market is the military, so we kind of hope to do that first. And then, you know, the possibilities are really endless. I mean, things that it's almost impossible to think of all the areas that these robots can go. So as more people are exposed to it and more people see it, they might say, oh, I can use that for my job. If I'm a surveyor, I can use that to survey because the ground is uneven. So it's difficult for us to say where we'll be in 5 years, but we certainly hope to grow. We hope to hire more employees. Right now, it's just me and my co-founder, but we have plans in the near future to hire another person. But 5 years from now, we hope to have 15, 20 employees.
Well, is Archie being brought out to the community and to schools so kids can get to see him and see how he works?
Yeah, so we love engaging with kids, and kids love seeing our robot. I say that people from 2 to 92 enjoy looking at robots and seeing what robots can do. And you know, kids have great questions and they have great enthusiasm. As soon as they see it start to move, it really gets their mind going. And what we hope to do as a professor at University of South Florida, what I hope to do is encourage these students to be interested in math and technology, math and science. So that's a part of the mission I have as a professor. And as a small business, I'm interested in engaging the community and also letting more people know what's going on here in Tampa Bay.
Well, as part of that effort, Luther, if people want to know more, either teachers on behalf of their students or folks in the community, how do they find out more information about LuBotics and about you and your project? Okay,
so they can go to the LuBotics website. It's LU. The LU is because we started making legs at USF, and then we added botics onto that. They can go to LuBotics.com. We post updated videos. We post places that we'll be. We've had some interaction with MOSI here in town, so we can post on there where we'll be around town so that people can see what's going on.
Well, great. Luther, thank you so much, and thank you so much for bringing Archie. Yeah. It's been good talking to you today.
My pleasure. Thank you.
If you'd like to be featured on Tampa Bay Community Network, please call 813-977-5200 or visit tbcn.org.